This is the Quiz Zone here on 4 Daytime. Countdown in half an hour after 15 to 1.
Anthony Corbett from Richmond in Surrey. Stuart King from Walthamstow in London. David Blinston from Gorton in Greater Manchester. David Pearson from Birkenhead. James Canane from Ilford in Essex. Phil Ford from Bolton Percy in North Yorkshire. Philip Cocker from Birkenhead. Maggie Mathieson from Lee Gomery in Shropshire. Caroline Baines from Tame in Oxfordshire. Peter Gibbs from Wimbledon in London. Richard Gates from Boxford in Suffolk. Stan Idell from Banstead in Surrey. Bill Oxley from Warrington. Roy Elias from Paisley. And Jean Birchenough from Sandbach in Cheshire are all here to play 15 to 1. Presented by William G. Stewart.
Thank you. Hello, our previous winner today is Stan Idell from Banstead in Surrey. A warm welcome back, Stan. You'll know the target for today's lineup. It's been the same for 2 weeks now. A winning score above 162 to remove Pat Beardsley and Jack Welsby from the finals board. Off we go. And we start with Anthony Corbett from Richmond in Surrey. Anthony, big business. Which Irish airline, headed by Michael O'Leary, bought the low-cost airline Buzz from KLM, the Dutch airline, this year?
Ryanair.
Stuart, please, the Armed Forces. In May of last year, Captain Philippa Tattersall became the first female Royal Marine to win the coveted green what?
Beret.
And David, please. What common name is given to the applied use of medical knowledge, quote, to the purposes of the law, sometimes called medical jurisprudence?
I'm sorry, I have no idea.
Forensic medicine. David, please. Sport and football. In Germany, they are known as Roter Stern. In France, Étoile Rouge. And in Italy, Stella Rosa. Which famous Serbian football team based in Belgrade? Red Star. James, please. The House of Commons. Following the introduction of new sitting hours at the House of Commons in January, which weekly event was moved from Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m. to midday?
Question time.
I need more than that.
5 minutes is question time.
Yes, indeed. Phil, the focus of protests in the 1950s, the atomic weapons establishment is located at which site in Berkshire?
Aldermaston.
Philip, please. Television. Carrie, Miranda, Samantha and Charlotte. 4 characters based in New York. In which American television series?
Sex and the City.
And Maggie, please. 16th century literature. Which Lord Chancellor to Henry VIII created the imaginary land of Utopia?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Sir Thomas More. Carolyn, please. The 2003 BAFTA Awards. Nicole Kidman won a Best Actress Award for her role as which member of the Bloomsbury Group in the film The Hours?
Virginia Woolf.
Peter, please. Environment. What does a conimeter measure? It's spelled K-O-N-I-M-E-T-E-R. Conimeter. What does it measure?
I have no idea.
Dust in the air. Richard, please. The name, please, of the American biologist who shared the 1962 Nobel Prize for Physiology or Medicine with Francis Crick and Maurice Wilkins for their work on the structure of DNA.
Watson.
I need his first name.
James Watson.
Yes, indeed, James Watson. Stan, please. History of Methodism. In which West Country city in 1739 did John Wesley establish the first Methodist chapel?
Plymouth.
Bristol. Bill, please. The Queen is represented in the Isle of Man by His Excellency Air Marshal Ian McFadden. What title does he hold in that post?
Governor.
I need more. No? Lieutenant Governor is his title. Roy, please. Museums. The National Museum of which of the armed forces is based at Hendon in North London?
Royal Air Force.
Jean, please. Christianity. Which country has the largest Christian population in the world? Approximately 231 million.
America.
And your second question, Anthony. Literature. What's the name of the titled amateur sleuth created by Dorothy L. Sayers, who first appeared in the 1923 novel Whose Body?
Lord Peter Wimsey.
And Stuart, please. 2, please, of the 4 natural or cardinal virtues.
Honesty. Integrity.
No. Prudence, temperance, fortitude and justice. David, please. The First and Second World Wars. What's the significance of the dates 6th of April 1917 and the 8th of December 1941?
When America joined the war, both
Yes,
wars.
entered the 2 wars. David, please. Politics. In terms of proportional representation, what do the initials STV stand for?
Single transferable vote.
And James, please. Which famous national song was written in 1792 by Claude Joseph Rouget de Lille and was originally entitled War Song of the Army of the Rhine?
I don't know.
La Marseillaise. Phil, Jewish boys celebrate their bar mitzvah at the age of 13. What is the corresponding ceremony for girls called, usually celebrated at 12?
I've no idea.
It's called the bat mitzvah. And Philip, please. The rising currents of warm air used by glider pilots to gain height are called what?
Thermals.
Maggie, please. Which major telecommunications company, launched in Britain in 1994, was acquired by France Telecom in 2001?
Telly West?
Orange. Caroline, please. What sort of article of clothing is a belcher?
Hat?
No, it's a neck scarf or neckerchief. Peter, please. In which year did Prince Charles become heir apparent to the throne? 1952, the year in which his mother became queen. And Richard, please. What emblem or what sort of cross is the insignia of the St John Ambulance Association?
Maltese cross.
And Stan, please. Science. What term is used for the ratio of work done by a machine to the amount of energy put in, usually expressed as a percentage?
Output.
Efficiency. Bill, please. Proverbs. Complete this medical proverb. Feed a cold and what?
And starve.
Starve a fever. Roy, please. Germany. The name, please, of the only surviving city gate of Berlin, regarded as a conspicuous symbol when the city was divided.
Brandenburg.
And Jean, all jam and Jerusalem is a phrase sometimes used to describe which British organisation?
The WI.
Yes, indeed. Four down, 11 to go, and those four must now leave us. And Laura, please.
And those eliminated are Maggie Mathieson, Peter Gibbs, Stan Idell and Bill Oxley. And of the remaining 11 contestants, 5 still have their 3 lives intact.
And we start round 2 with Anthony at number 1. The first correct answer we start nominating. And we start, Anthony, with business and commerce. Which restaurateur and designer founded Habitat in the 1960s?
Terence Conran.
A number, Anthony.
Number 14, please.
Which American newspaper has used the slogan, all the news that's fit to print, on its masthead logo since 1897?
New York Tribune.
New York Times. Again, please, Anthony.
Number 11, please.
Films, Richard. Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket, Oliver Stone's Platoon, and Brian De Palma's Casualties of War. Films set during which conflict?
The Vietnam War.
A number, please, Richard.
Number 9.
Carolyn, the Pope, who was elected 500 years ago this year, helped lay the foundation stone for the new St. Peter's and commissioned Michelangelo to paint the Sistine Chapel. Which Pope?
Gregory?
Julius II. Again, Richard.
Number 7.
Philip, which former England cricket captain was appointed non-executive chairman of World Snooker in December of last year?
David Carr.
Tony Lewis. Again, Richard, please.
Number 6.
Gareth McLean for The Guardian, Peter Patterson for the Daily Mail, and James Walton for the Daily Telegraph. All right on what subject?
Politics.
Television. Again, please, Richard.
Number 1.
Children's books, Anthony. The Misters, Tickle, Bump, Happy, Greedy, Nosy, and Topsy-Turvy, feature in the Mr. Men books, created by whom?
Gregory, is it?
Roger Hargreaves. Again, please, Richard.
Number 2.
The Kennedy family, Stuart. Which English member of Frank Sinatra's Rat Pack married into the Kennedy family? He married JFK's sister.
Peter Lawford.
A number, please, Stuart.
Number 15.
What are tides of minimum rise and fall called? Neap tides. Again, please, Stuart.
Number 14.
People in public life, Roy. Jonathan Bailey in Derby, Peter Forster in Chester, and Anthony Russell in Ely. What's the connection, or what's their position in public life? They're the Church of England bishops of those dioceses. Again, please.
Number 11.
A popular seafood dish, usually as a starter, by what name are the young of sprat and herrings known in Britain? Whitebait. Again, please, Stuart.
Number 5.
The European Union, James. 2 European Union member states give the title of Chancellor to their heads of government. Which 2?
Brussels and...
Austria and Germany. Again, please.
Number 1.
Anthony, please. Radio. Who presents the Radio 4 programme Law in Action for the BBC?
Joshua Rosenberg.
Marcel Berlins. Again, please.
Number 3.
And David, what item of office equipment, now largely obsolete, did Christopher Latham Scholes develop for a famous gun company in the USA in the late 19th century?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
The typewriter. The gun company was Remington. Again, please.
Number 4.
David, please. What three-word term for a fundamental concept in economics means the relationship between the amount of a commodity available and the amount that consumers are willing to buy? Supply and demand. Again, please.
15.
And Jean, please. Weaponry. As used by the British Army since the Second World War, what are centurions, chieftains and challengers?
Tanks.
Yes, main battle tanks. A number, Jean?
4.
The initials KCB after a person's name stand for Knight Commander of which order?
The bar.
Yes, the bar. On we go, David.
Number 11, please.
Musical theatre, Richard. Anything Goes, Kiss Me Kate and Can Can. Musicals by which American composer, lyricist?
Rodgers and Hart.
Cole Porter. Again, please.
Number 9.
And Carolyn, please. Charles Dickens. A famous remark by Mr. Micawber in David Copperfield. Accidents will occur in the best regulated what?
Households.
No. Families. Again, please.
Number 15.
And Jean, which country was created a dominion by the British North America Act of 1867?
Canada.
A number, please.
7.
Science, please, Philip. Which band of electromagnetic radiation lies between gamma rays and ultraviolet radiation?
Infrared.
X-rays. Again, please.
2.
Card games, Stuart. Block, Boathouse, One Meld and Round the Corner are all variants of which card game?
Poker.
Rummy. Again, please, Jean.
6.
Shakespeare, Phil. Which Shakespeare play opens on a ship at sea, a tempestuous noise of thunder and lightning heard?
The Tempest.
Pardon?
The Tempest.
Yes. If you're going to say The Tempest, don't say no, The Tempest. And a number, please.
Number 2.
And Stuart, please. The USA. What's the name of the principal range of mountains running through California, which includes the Sequoia, Yosemite, and Kings Canyon National Parks?
The Rockies.
Sierra Nevada. Again, please.
Number 1.
And Anthony, please. Fictional heroes. Which hero of detective stories made his first appearance in the pages of Marvel in 1893 and was labelled the Office Boy's Sherlock Holmes? Sexton Blake. Again, please.
Number 3.
And David, what proprietary name for a fabric fastener comes from a shortening of the French words for hooked velvet?
Zip.
Velcro. Again, please.
Number 15.
And Jean, which peninsula in Merseyside lies between the rivers Dee and Mersey?
The Wirral. The Wirral.
Yes, onwards, please, the number.
11.
And Richard, please. European history. Ludovico Manin, who abdicated in 1797, was the last man to occupy which position in Venice?
The Doge.
On we go, please.
Number 4.
A fisherman is cleared by an inquest of causing the death of his apprentice, but is forbidden to employ another. Which opera by Benjamin Britten?
The Old Man of the Sea.
Peter Grimes. Again, please.
Number 5.
Which Australian-born actor, renowned for his swashbuckling roles, entitled his autobiography, My Wicked, Wicked Ways?
Don't know.
I think you're too young, James. Errol Flynn. Again, please.
Number 6.
And Phil, please. Local government. What title in Scotland is equivalent to that of mayor in England?
Provost.
Yes, it is. Provost. On we go, please.
Number 14.
Roy, what form of entertainment takes its name from Latin words meaning belly speak?
Ballet?
Ventriloquism. Again, please.
Number 15.
And Jean, please. Science. Which German physicist first formulated quantum theory, for which he won a Nobel Prize for physics in 1918?
Einstein.
Max Planck. Again, please.
Number 11, please.
Which 14th century work by Boccaccio contains 100 tales supposedly told in 10 days by a party of 10 young people who had fled from the Black Death in Florence?
The Decameron.
And a number, please.
Number 7.
Pop music, Philip. Zenyatta Mondata Synchronicity and Ghost in the Machine, 3 #1 albums released in the 1980s. By which major group?
Clue.
The Police. There you are, 12 down, 3 to go, and after the break, Phil Ford from Bolton Percy in North Yorkshire, Richard Gates from Boxford in Suffolk, and Jean Birchenough from Sandbach in Cheshire will be here for the final. Do please stay with us.
Every comprehensive insurance policy from the AA comes with a courtesy car as standard. So unlike over 95% of other policyholders driving in Britain, with the AA you're guaranteed a car, whatever happens. For a competitive quote, just ask on 0800 444 777.
What do parents really like about AOL?
AOL is great if you've got kids because it really does give you peace of mind.
The parental controls help keep them safe when they're surfing.
Homework help is so useful. I haven't seen anything like it before.
We all love using it.
But more importantly, we can all use it safely.
The monthly membership fee is about 50p a day. This covers all internet calls and the free help.
It's absolutely amazing. For your completely free trial, call 0800 331 6000.
No. Madame Zaza, Madame Kiki, may I join you in your amusing diversion now?
Not until you have committed that to your sieve-like memory.
08456 10 20 50. There. Perfect recall.
What is it for?
It's the number you ring to get a one account.
Which is?
A clever little what's-his-name which helps you pay off your mortgage early by combining it with your current account.
And you can...
Pay more when you want to and less when you need to.
Or...
Get a loan at the same rate as your mortgage.
Plus?
It's all sorted out for you, even your direct debits.
And the number is?
No, it's gone again.
Am I Pope Gregory the Ninth? No.
I'm a great big forgetful old Hector not to ring 08456 10 20 50 and get the one account.
Need a hand, mate?
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Then join the AA.
Why didn't I join the AA? I thought I'd save the money. I wanted to buy these jeans.
You can join the AA from as little as £39, about the price of those jeans, and they fix around 8 out of 10 cars at the roadside. Call 0800 444 999. Just ask.
The 3 surviving contestants in today's 15-1 final are Phil Ford, a retired merchant seaman from Bolton Percy in North Yorkshire, Richard Gates, a post office manager from Boxford in Suffolk, and Jean Birchenough, a retired librarian from Sandbach in Cheshire.
Thank you. Welcome back. Phil, Richard and Jean, put your fingers on the buzzers and we'll make a start. What's this about? Spanish in 1918, Asian in 1957, Hong Kong in 1968, and Russian in 1977. Phil?
Flu.
Indeed, epidemics. Proverbs. According to one of the many versions of a proverb, you can take the boy out of the country, but you can't what? Jean?
Take the country out of the boy.
Indeed. Motoring. The chief duty of the first patrolman of which organisation, founded in 1905, was to warn members if policemen were lurking behind bushes with stopwatches at a time when the nationwide speed limit was 20 miles per hour. Richard?
Yeah,
that was their first main job. And we go on with famous radio quotations. This one from the BBC's John Snagg during the 1949 boat race. I can't see who's ahead. It's either... The next 3 words, please. Richard?
Oxford or Cambridge.
Yes, sweet, isn't it? Mental arithmetic. What's the numerical difference between the square of 10 and the square of 9? 19, 100 minus 81. Words and phrases. Historically, a mercer was someone who dealt in what commodity? Phil?
Cutlery.
No. Fabrics, a mercer. And on we go, please. What geographical term is used to describe a group of islands off the northwest coast of mainland Europe that comprise a kingdom, a republic, and 3 crown dependencies? The British Isles. Religious terms? Beatissimus Pater is a title that refers to whom? No, the Pope, Most Blessed Father. The name, please, of this American child star. He co-starred with Charlie Chaplin in The Kid in 1921. Jean?
Jackie Coogan.
It is Jackie Coogan. And on we go. Which aid to gardening was invented by Edward Budding of Stroud in Gloucestershire in 1830 to take over a job previously done by scythes? Jean?
Lawnmower.
Yes, he invented the lawnmower. And 3 correct answers, Jean. Question or nominate?
Question, please.
A PNQ deals with a matter of particular urgency on which a Member of Parliament wishes to secure an oral answer without delay. What does PNQ stand for? Private notice question. Fingers back on the buzzers, please. Ancient history. What specifically links the deaths of Philip II of Macedon in 336 BC, Julius Caesar in 44 BC, and Caligula in 41 AD? Richard?
They were all assassinated.
They were indeed. Question or nominate?
Nominate Phil.
Television film. Daphne, Freddie, Velma and Shaggy were accompanied on their cartoon adventures by which cowardly dog?
Scooby-Doo.
And onwards, please.
Nominate Richard, please.
Richard, what was the nickname of Charles Sherwood Stratton, who for many years appeared in P.T. Barnum's circus during the 19th century?
Tiny Tim?
No, General Tom Thumb. Again, please, Phil.
Nominate Jean.
Jean, which king of Israel is credited with having had 700 wives and 300 concubines?
Solomon.
Question or nominate?
Phil, please.
And Phil, history of the railways. The surname, please, of the American industrialist who developed sleeping carriages.
Pullman.
And question or nominate?
Question, please.
Still trains. Which famous train service began in 1883 carrying passengers between Paris and Vienna, being extended to Constantinople in 1889?
Orient Express.
Question or nominate?
Nominate Richard.
Richard, this internet site, www.epicurious.com, provides reviews and tips on what?
Food.
Yes, anything related to food, yeah. Recipes and that sort of thing. Onwards, please.
Jean, please.
Jean, rock music and Latin. What Latin phrase meaning the existing state of affairs is also the name of an enduring British rock group?
Status quo.
And onwards, please. Question or nominate?
Richard, please.
Richard, sport. Traverse, snowplow and schuss are terms used in which sport or activity?
Skiing.
Yes, alpine skiing. Onward,
Phil.
please. Phil, which variety of lettuce is named after a Greek island?
Kos.
And onwards, please.
Question, please.
Name connections. What name links the 7th President of the United States of America, the Labour Member of Parliament for Hampstead and Highgate, and the state capital of Mississippi?
Jackson.
Question or nominate?
Nominate Jean.
Jean, ancient mythology. A cryosphinx, spelt C-R-I-O, cryosphinx, was one of 3 types of sphinx. What creature's head did it have?
A lion.
A ram's head. Again, please, Phil.
Nominate Richard.
Theatre, Richard. What name is given to a play based on the suffering, death and resurrection of Jesus Christ? A famous example is the one revived every 10 years at Oberammergau in Bavaria.
The
Passion Play. Again, Phil.
Nominate Jean, please.
Jean, which news reporter and former Member of Parliament, known for his trademark white suit, is an envoy for UNICEF?
Martin Bell.
Question or nominate?
Question, please.
The Renaissance. Buonarroti was the family name of which 15th, 16th century Italian Renaissance artist and sculptor?
Michelangelo.
Question or nominate?
Question, please.
Who is this British comedienne? She is the only female solo performer to have won the Perrier Award at the Edinburgh Comedy Festival.
No.
Jenny Eclair. And it's fingers back on the buzzers, Phil and Richard. What does the Howard League work towards? Phil?
Penal reform.
Yes, prison reform, penal reform. Question or nominate?
Nominate, please.
Richard, what French term, which once applied to the vanguard of an army, is now used to refer to pioneers and innovators, especially in art and literature? Avant-garde. You have to believe it? Looking very serious about this, Phil.
Mildly surprised.
Well, you've got a winning score of 71, 2 lives intact, 11 questions. There is the ammunition there for a place in the grand final. Here we go. Children's literature. A well-known French version by Charles Perrault of the folk tale is called Cendrillon. By what name do we know this tale and pantomime?
Cinderella.
Derbyshire. Which spa town in Derbyshire, famous for its mineral waters, is home to a popular opera house and the Devonshire Royal Hospital, now part of the University of Derby?
Buxton.
Still spa towns. This is France. Which town, known for its mineral water, was the seat of the French collaborationist government during the Second World War?
Vichy.
Shakespeare, King Richard III. What's the last line that Richard III speaks in the play? Do a horse, my kingdom for a horse. On we go, please. This is the logo of the charity founded in 1986 by Esther Ranson, which exists to help young people by telephone. Which charity?
Childland.
Indeed. And on we go. Measurements. Which traditional measurement of land area is equivalent to 4,840 square yards?
An acre.
Medicine. Which surgically implanted device regulates the heartbeat if the sinoatrial node is not functioning?
Pacemaker.
Sport. Which sport has styles called Greco-Roman and Cumberland and Westmoreland?
Wrestling.
Yes, indeed. Which French king who inherited the throne at 4 years of age in 1643 was known as the Sun King?
Louis XIV.
Science. Hydrology is the scientific study of what?
Water.
Famous battles and sport. Which athletic event takes its name from a battle between the Greeks and the Persians fought in 490 BC?
Marathon.
Well, there you are, 171, 10 for that, 181, position number 14 on the finals board. There are 2 games to go before the grand final, so theoretically you could come off it, but I doubt it. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Stay there. And we'll be back tomorrow. See you then.
He's right, you know. Next today, though, it's Countdown.
G In Da USiii, Friday at 10 on 4, and repeated Sunday at 10:30 on E4.
Is it 'cause I's back?
Come with me.
Kids burn up loads of energy just being kids. So give them a steady supply with Shreddies. Why? Because Shreddies are packed with complex carbohydrates that release energy steadily to help keep them going right through till lunch. Shreddies energy is steady energy.
I thought you paid these.
Are your credit card bills getting you down? Well, give debt the finger, or more precisely, 2. With Brilliant Industries' La La La, I'm Not Listening musical fingers. Brilliant Industries, your lighthouse in the fog of ideas.
Or, even more brilliant, with an egg card you can now get 0% interest on all balance transfers. That means 0% when you move balances from all your other cards, and better still from your personal loans and overdrafts too. There's 0% interest on anything you buy, and you get cash back on all purchases.
I'm leaving you now.
Delicious!
Oh, great.
Apply now at eggrate.com.
Itchy, flaky dandruff still making you feel conspicuous. That's why we've developed Nizoral anti-dandruff shampoo. It tackles the main cause of dandruff to stop the itch and prevent those flakes from coming back, leaving you in the spotlight for all the right reasons. Nizoral anti-dandruff shampoo. At last, get confident.
There's news available every minute of the day.
At 10:01, reports coming in that Tariq Aziz has defected.
At 15:32, it's believed Tariq Aziz is still in Baghdad.
At 9:37, it appears coalition forces have taken Qasr. 17:04, and the battle for Qasr is continuing and looks like doing so for some time.
Reports at 23:57 say the Iraqi 51st Division has surrendered. It's now believed the Iraqi 51st Division is still fighting.
But there's more to news than just reporting. Questions, analysis, opinions. Channel 4 News, 3 times a day on 4.
Tonight, the story that won't go away and looks more serious by the day. SARS. Is this new virus shaping up to be the biggest threat since AIDS? A leading health lecturer says yes.
And joining us live, Sam Mitchell from EastEnders on why the soap should get a BAFTA. And the transport of the future, the Segway human transporter that's taking the United States by storm.